Hey guys, this is Frenzy, as a part of Myth Gaming, bringing you an introductory video. This is an extremely simple game with a more complex concept behind it. Today we're going to be talking about reactionary play. So I'm going to start up this game, and it's going to be a really quick game, and it's pretty simple. Basically, reactionary play is when you get certain scouting information from your opponent, and through tons and tons of practice, you know exactly how to either counter it, hard counter it. There's soft counters and hard counters in Starcraft 2, and so basically a lot of the time it's seeing something and then reacting in your own base to be able to defend it. But in this game we're going to be talking about reactionary aggression, which is a lot more uncommon because most players do extremely viable builds. However, in this game we're going to see on this map, I do not believe that Command Center First is viable. I have not seen anyone be able to hold it from a Baneling bust, and that's what we're going to see here. As you can see, I'm going to be scouting around and trying to find out exactly what he's doing, if it's going to be a 2-Rax or a Gas First, or in this case it will be a Command Center First. As well as 1-Rax Expand is another build that I might be seeing here. But as we'll see, my drone is going to come in here, scout this, and as soon as I scout this, I know that I'm going for some sort of aggression. So I want to be able to put on maybe a little bit of pressure with this drone, as we're going to see he doesn't have another SCV down here. So I can target down the one that's building this command center, and I do actually get the kill on this SCV. He did bring another one down here, but wasn't able to deny my drone to be able to get a kill on his, or at least I knew I would be able to delay this from actually coming up. And anything I can do to put him a little bit behind when I'm doing a sort of aggressive build like this is exactly what I want to go for. So generally, I always take an early gas as a part of my Zerg versus Terran build. So I already have the speed that's going to be coming up. All I have to do is keep the guys in gas if I see something that I believe isn't quite viable. So again, I'm going to get good scouting information here. My Baneling nest is already coming up. I already have the plan, but I see that he's trying to hold the ramp. The only map that I would say that this is probably viable on is Shakur's Plateau, only because you can get that 3 barracks wall off, and it's extremely difficult to bust a barracks or a factory as opposed to a bunker or a supply depot. So I know this is going to be my point of entry. I didn't know that he did cancel this, but indeed he can't get out enough Marines to fill 2 bunkers in the time of my push anyway. He might be able to. He does play extremely greedy in this. He's building a factory, and then he's going to start to make add-ons, and he only has 2 and now 3rd Marine here. And I already have a ton of lings coming out. As we can see, I'm at 30 lings. He has 3 Marines. So all I really need to do is be able to get in here. Like, I could have done a run-by at this point, since my speed is already done, but he can just plop down another supply depot. So I want to make sure that I have Banelings to be able to bust this. All of this is just coming down to me scouting this early command center and realizing I don't think he can get out enough units to actually be able to defend this. Obviously, he could have played a little bit less greedy, not getting all of these add-ons, and he might have 8 to 10 Marines. But again, I have 34 lings. I have a ton more in production. Actually, I don't right now. Probably waiting for larva. Now we see 12 instantly in production here. I'm going to have about 50 lings coming with this attack. As we can see, I busted down, and this is pretty much game over right here, just because he was so greedy. He was even going for a 3rd command center. I mean, this is a perfect world for this to actually happen. However, even had he not produced these add-ons and just producing straight Marines, he might have been able to have 8 to 10 Marines, maybe an extra bunker or 2. And I would have had to control a little bit better just to be able to end this game. However, at this point, if we look in the units tab, it's 1 Marine, 42 lings, and it's pretty safe to say that this game is over. So it's a very simple game, but the concept is pretty difficult. Different ideas, I'm just going to pause this game because it's over, but different ideas of reactionary based play. As in Zerg versus Protoss, if you scout 1 Stargate, the reaction for that could be different than 2 Stargates, and just as much information as you can possibly get from your opponent. And then taking it to higher levels that I'm getting into now is perhaps in Zerg versus Protoss I have an Overlord here to watch these 2 gas timings, and that's really all I need to be able to do to make the necessary reactions. Another type of reaction would be in Zerg versus Zerg. You're looking for that natural expansion from the Zerg opponent. You want to see when that goes down. If it was a hatch first, okay, I know I'm not going to be facing a ton of aggression if I was going for a 14-14 because I have speed out already, so I can be a little bit more greedy. However, on the contrary, if you're going for a hatch first and you don't see an expansion out of your opponent, you can be expecting some sort of baneling aggression, and you'll have to drop a couple extra spine crawlers to be able to deal with that. So most reactionary play is based around being passive and just being able to get a small lead through the correct reaction against your opponent. In this case, I saw a build that I didn't think was viable, and I just busted him and broke him for it. A lot of times this can be used in Zerg vs. Protoss when you scout a weak wall. You might be able to do a bust and get in with some Zerglings, realizing that he's not going to be able to have enough units. Really common on this map especially is if you see a weak wall and he tries to wall off his ramp, his cannons are going to be up near here. So if you bust his ramp and get in with Zerglings, he's forced to defend with only units. So this is just a small introductory video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out more videos, you can go to our YouTube channel. It's YouTube/mythologicalpc. Definitely check out our team stream. It's twitch.tv/mythpc. Any of the Myth members will be streaming on there pretty regularly. And you can check out me at my stream at twitch.tv/FrenzySC. So I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, thanks for watching.